What's going on, guys? Oh, I gotta mute my other one. What's going on? Man, oh man, there's a lot of people in the house already chit-chatting, hanging out. I love how close the community is and how active it is minutes before I come in. Now listen, I have to give a special shout out. Bill is in the house. He was here last week, first in the house last week. We finally released Nancy to go back to California. We wanted to keep her forever. She thought about staying, but it's getting cold here. She had to turn the heater on, so she said goodbye. But huge shout out to Bill. And I see Nancy is in the house too, along with Henry. So, yep. She is in the house. Milo and Otis, first ones in the house, no doubt. They're actually in the house. They are parked outside trying to stay warm. The good thing is I know it's cooler here than it is in Massachusetts. So she's doing fine and loving being able to be on site while her van gets built out. And we are actually having a great time just watching the enthusiasm. So pretty cool experience. Thrifty Angela in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming in. Surfing Dodo, Gracie. I'm going to rip through a bunch of these, and I'll tell you why. Kelly's here, and if I spend 10 minutes saying hello, she gotta strangle me. All right, Surfing Dodo, Linda Barker in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Jackie Dotson, I almost forgot it was Tuesday. Hello, everyone. Big Otis is going to be amazing. From the design to the incredible finish work, Johnny is bringing another van life dream to reality. I'm going to touch on that in just a little bit, but I'm going to finish saying hello to my good friends. One of the Debs are in the house. Hi to all from the Valley, Sean, Sam, Maddie, Milo, Lynn, the campers, and the maestro. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Desert Deb, good to see you, my friend. Mona is in the house. I just got done watching one of Mona's videos, trying to play catch up on a few people. Floss is in the house. Good to see you, Floss. All right. I'm hurrying. Bernadette, good to see you, my friend. And Les. Dawn is in the house from Canada. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. All right. Nancy Bear says, wow, I'm actually here before it starts. I never knew there was a chat going on beforehand. Friend, let me tell you, people start getting here at about 7:30, sometimes sooner. And sometimes the chat is so backed up before I start the show. It's like, I got to play catch up here. Gary is in the house, home safe from the hurricane, lost some branches, no internet. Everything was back by Sunday. So happy to hear that there wasn't worse damage and that you were okay and that you were able to not be home during the hurricane. It surprises me how many people, they tough it out or they have nowhere else to go, and that could be scary. I've seen a bunch of the video footage, and that's scary. Mobang is in the house. Good to see you. Mobang has a new video up that I haven't seen yet. He's been pounding the videos, but Mobang has a new video up. He's redoing his van, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but Bob Wells had a minivan video up, a new one, maybe Sunday. Really good design. I feel like that van's pretty heavy, but a really good design and a lot of ideas. And Mobang is on version like at least 5.0 on his as well. I said early bird gets a worm, and Mobang wants to know where his is, and it appears that the people in chat want me to chocolate cover Mobangs, so we may have to do that. Nancy is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We sure miss you. It is quiet here at the shop. Not that she's noisy. She's very, very well behaved. We're the ones that are not well behaved. Diane S. from Kansas City, Missouri. Good to see you. Did you see that game? Man, Jane in the house. Good to see my friend. I got to hurry up. Kelly she's going to say enough is enough is enough. Cindy, good to see you. Blissful Adventures, good to see you. All right, we're almost there. Safe travels, Nancy. Bobby is in the house. Good to see you, sis. Ava is in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Tell Doug we said hi. Tommy is in the house. Tommy, did you get your fire blanket? Those were mailed after the meetup, at least a week. It was slow going. Shirley saying hello to everyone. Thank you for coming in, Shirley. And Teresa is in the house. I'm hurrying. Deborah, Crystal, Lily, Helen. you know, I got to say hi to everybody. All right. Hope everyone is doing great, Ava. We are doing great. I received it today. Thank you. That is so awesome. Guys, what is going on? It's your typical Tuesday night. It takes me 6 minutes to say hi to everybody. And I feel like I probably missed some people, but I was going to tell you guys something about the van. I probably already forgot it. Lynn is, we're working on cabinets, the cabinet doors. You guys are in for a treat. The way Lynn wanted the wood polyurethane stained in her van is beautiful. It is so beautiful. And we got those doors worked on today, and it's really, really, really turning out good. Her swivel seat got installed today. Sean is killing it. This is what I was going to tell you guys. This is the first time this has happened to me, where a client said, I really, really want this, and I don't know how to do it, but I know you can figure it out. So I figured it out. But instead of doing it, I gave it to Sean, because Sean is incredible with finished carpentry. And that's not easy after only, 4 or 5 van builds? 4? He did Jim and Julie's, he did his, he did Nancy's. So not a lot of builds. But his finished carpentry, he really, really takes his time and does a fantastic job. So I handed that project over to him, and the idea itself was when she first said it to me, I was like, oh, okay. And then when we figured out how to do it and I handed it over, I've never had this before, where when it was done, it looked so good. And I couldn't take credit for it. And it's not about taking credit, but it's really about making your client proud and happy that they chose you to be their builder. And honestly, I had to hand it over to Sean. It's like all the gratitude goes to Sean on that, because he did that project and it turned out amazing. And I can't wait to show it to you guys. Sean is as talented artist and craftsman. He definitely is. Definitely is. Christine in the house saying hello to everyone. You just have such a great following. That's why it takes so long to say hi. I know. And I really do like to say hi to everybody, because I don't want to say hi to the first 15 people, because the first 15 people are here every Tuesday. They're all chatting, hanging out. I want every single person here to get a hello and know that I'm happy that you're here, thankful that you're here, and that I notice you. So there you go. Whether Kelly's here or not, Deb Long is in the house. Good to see you, Deb. Hope you are doing well. Welcome home. I'm sure you're home by now. Folk of the Forest saying hey. Oh man. So anyway, so today I did it again. I said, Sean, I've got a project and I know that you're the person for the job. And he nailed it. He just really nailed it. So I'm so blessed, so blessed. Tell Kelly that you can use the first 2 minutes every week, since we wait through some 2-minute commercials and won't miss anything. There you go. There you go. Lily saying hi to Kelly and Maddie. Maddie is here too. I'll tell you, Maddie's been here. My uncle passed away like in June. I went to the funeral up in Wisconsin, and when I came home, I grabbed Maddie and I brought Maddie back down to the shop with me. And I feel like for the most part, she has been here unless I go home. If I go home, she goes home with me. So Maddie's been at the shop all summer, and she really has developed a worsening bark. And for those of you that have stayed at the shop before, you know Dachshunds in general are barking dogs. They bark at everything. Google it. They bark at everything. But Maddie recently, she lays on her bed and barks at the trees. Like if she hears gravel, she starts barking. And this week, I had to shoot Nancy's tour this weekend, and I didn't want Maddie barking in the background. Love her to death, but I needed a bark break. So I got that. It was she stayed home about 3 days. I went home for the wedding. Maddie stayed home with Kelly after the wedding, and Kelly came back down. So Maddie's back down here. They're both over there sleeping. Kelly worked the last 3 days, and Maddie's behaving like a queen. I don't understand it. Hola, Crystal. Good to see you, Celeste. Tell Rudy we said hi. Hope you are doing well. Only 2 minutes, not per person. Not per person. That's 114 minutes if you say hi to everyone. Good math, Mobang. Good math. So, anyway, Brutus Buckeye in the house. Good to see you, friend. Thanks for coming in. All right. So we gave praise to Sean. Sam is doing better. He's getting there, doing a lot of the kind of like the grunt work. Milo was moping around I'm not kidding you, for real. Milo was moping around the day after Maddie left. And I felt like even when I got back, because I was gone for almost 24 hours, it doesn't matter. And Milo, when I pulled up, I think Milo thought Maddie was going to be with me and was not. So Milo and Maddie had their little run around today when Maddie got back to the shop. So good times, good times. Poor Milo. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, friend. Yeah, so the dogs are doing fantastic together. They're like the same size. They both beg for every drop of morsel that falls on the floor. So you took away her favorite toy. I have got some amazing footage of those two playing together. It'll probably be in next week's video, because this week's video on Sunday is going to be Nancy's tour. I've been editing it. She left on, I'm going to say Monday. I edited Sunday night, Monday, and today I've been editing. So maybe I started it on Saturday because I've been editing a bit. And did I do the tour Saturday? Oh, I did tour Sunday. I edited Sunday, Monday. Wow. I got a lot of editing done. All right. Sandra K in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, so that's doing good. So Sunday's video will be Nancy's tour. And then the following week, great footage of Maddie and her little friend Milo running and playing. So, oh, those two. They are something else. Maddie hears Milo in the morning. Maddie is not a morning person. Maddie hears Milo and she automatically wants up and down. Question. So Nancy got her heater. Nancy got the Velvet heater. It's parallel with the Webasto, except it's less money. It is made in Canada, and it's about $699 as opposed to, $1,100-$1,200. And same kind of install, fuel pump, same kind of connection. Lynn actually bought the same one, but on the Transit, you got to drop the gas tank. So, we actually ran it the other day. We ran it the day we installed it, and the day she left, we ran it for about 20 to 30 minutes because you need to run them once a month for about 20 minutes. And B, I wanted to make sure that it heated up in there real good for her because she was hitting the road. And it's supposed to be 36 tonight. Now she's further south now, so she's definitely in warmer temperatures. We've got kind of a cool front. I think tomorrow the high is 58. So yeah. So the heater's working, doing good. How's Lynn's van coming along? Lynn's van's coming along fine. And I will tell you guys, I don't want to jinx anything, but Lynn's van will be done before the end of the month. We are there's 3 of us. Today, literally, I had Sam working on a job. I had Sean working on a job. I was working on a job. Total, Sean probably did. Sam did all of Carolyn's roofing boards. He primed them, sanded them. They already were some primed. He primed them more. And she's got the Zero Breeze air conditioner on right now, she said. So, but literally, Sean, I gave him a job. He finished that. I gave him another job. He finished that. Gave him another job. And he helps. He had Sam help him with one. And then Sam helped. Sean did it. Showed Sam how to do it. Then Sean watched Sam how to do the second one. And I'll show you in a video what they did. But yeah, yep. So it's so cool. So much stuff is getting done. And then I did all the cabinet faces on her overhead cabinets. She's going to have 9 overhead cabinets. So that's what I was doing today. Making a bunch of doors. And I don't want to ruin it, but she's got a hardwood door frame, and those are not easy to do. You got to be very, 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 very careful. So, yep. Oh, That's twice. Tawanda is in the house. Good to see you, Tawanda. Say hello to Robin for me. Good to see you in here, my friend. My friend from Oregon just had a birthday. I was talking to them last night. So much fun. I'm going to come to Oregon. All right, hang on. Good hope is always a blessing. Isn't that the truth? Yep. Good hope is a blessing. Yep. I'll tell you, and I know it too. It's so incredible. So she has the Ford Transit. Hopefully she won't be stuck here waiting on that heater. Matter of fact, I got to figure out where we're going to install that at. I'll get it. But you know that fuel tank on the Transit has to be dropped. So that will be the biggest job, and we will see how it goes. Is it Sean or Sean? It is SHAWN, the second one. My solar panels has been working so much better after he cleaned it. Yay. Yep. Yeah. So she came in to get her bulkhead wall done, and we were looking at the roof to see if maybe we could get some more panels up there. And I was like, Sean, would you help up there and clean those panels off? I meant to have him do that on Nancy's before she left, just as a you're leaving, the shop will send you off with clean panels, but that did not happen. But she is on the road. I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Nancy's van is about 8'6". Now mine is 9 foot, between 9'3". I always say 9'6". I've got that reboost on top of mine, so I forget about that. So Nancy's van is low enough that she can probably go through some drive-throughs. And Nancy likes to eat and drive. So do I. I feel like that was like the best invention, because when you get to where you're going, you already ate and you can start doing what you want, whether it's a hike or working or whatever. So, yeah. So she actually is low enough she can fit in a drive-through. because those panels, those roof racks are so low profile. What is the best thing to use for cleaning solar panel? You know what? You're not supposed to use Windex. I spray them off. I do have like vinegar water on a towel. I'll spray a towel and just wipe them off with vinegar water or something. Supposedly you can't use Windex. I will say, before I knew that, I used to use Windex a long time ago. And since learning that I don't use Windex, I can tell you my panels did not get ruined from it. Hey, Johnny and all, continuing to seek a van, but can't find what works yet. I've got my fingers crossed. And Lois is from Missouri and looking to get a van for traveling. So that'll be super cool. That'll be super cool. And that will be super cool. She'll be able to be close and drive down and be a Lynn. She can help design it, and water and squeeze. Yep. Water always works. I'll tell you what I did is when I was in Arizona and I was getting ready to go home and I was in the desert. That was the time I was there for like 2 months. I went to the Flying J down there by probably by Ehrenberg. And they have got a truck wash, and I had them wash my solar panels. They've got this long staircase that moves around like you see at Home Depot, and they get up there and spray your panels off. And I was like, worth the money, because I know that desert dust was up there. Linda is currently in Texas. You're back home. I know, flying. You know, that's a quick trip. Texas is a quick trip. Or even if it's because she left, oh my goodness, they've been gone quite a while. Our last person was Nancy to leave because Lynn doesn't count. We just lost our last person from the meetup. It was a long drawn out people sticking around. I found out Friday that my van has been ordered. Dealer has ghosted me ever since. I've never had so much trouble trying to spend money. I'll tell you, some of these salesmen these days, I was hoping to meet you at the meetup. You're going to meet her next year. They promised me they're coming next year. I'm going to guilt them into it. No, I'm kidding. No, I get it. Things come up. I like having a hatch so I can stand on my bed and clean my solar panels. Nancy has a hatch too, and I'm telling you, I ain't fitting through it. Matter of fact, Sean said, yeah, I don't think I can get out that either. It's a small hatch, but the view, is incredible. Oh, guys, guess what? It was so cool. Last week, probably maybe Friday, Patty Augustine messaged me and said, hey, the aurora is going to be visible again tonight. So I was at my computer. Me and Nancy were watching Ted Lasso. We paused it. We went outside. We didn't wake Lynn up, but we got Lynn up. We tried to wake Sean and Shania up. And we got incredible photos of the northern lights, the aurora. It was so cool. So I love it when my friends give me the heads up because I didn't watch the news. It cracks me up. You change the moniker if you're not there. Wait a minute. It cracks me up. You change the moniker. I don't think that's for me. It was a fun slumber party. Yes, no matter what, Robin and I will come by donkey if we have to. You will not have to come by donkey. We'll have some people throw you in the back of their truck if we have to. I got pictures of the northern lights. What is the name of Nancy's heater? It is a gasoline. I think they do have diesel as well, but it's Velit, and it's almost sounds like Velit. It Velit. It's we saw it here in Wales. Oh, there you go. Oh, I bet. I'll tell you, the people that were like Patty Augustine was in Minnesota, and she really got the dancing part of it. We had one Ray that kept showing up on our photos. Yeah. Filio in the house. Good to see you. We're behaving tonight. So it was super cool. Nancy got to see that. Lynn got to see it. Sean slept through it. No. Can't help it. Can't help it. I woke up early this morning. I did. I woke up early this morning. What else is going on? It's 8:25. Let me give a big shout out and a big thank you to my channel members and my Patreons for all the extra support that you give here on the channel. All right, there you go. Thank you guys for all your extra support. And don't forget, this Sunday will be our Patreon Zoom. And Sandra's dancing. Yep, this Sunday will be our Patreon Zoom. We had a great group a couple weeks ago. There was like 14 people in the chat. Linda is trying to confuse us as where her location is. Oh, you know what? It wouldn't take much to confuse me. I hope Van Girl Cheryl made it safely to Nanovic. I have no idea. Where's Nanovic at? I've heard of that, but I'm not sure where it is. What time Sunday? 7:30. 7:30 Central. 7:30 Central. I think it's 7:30 Central. I think it is. I changed. Yeah, 7:30 Central. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I am going to make a Zoom one of these days. That would be super cool. It's a lot of good conversations. Sometimes we just talk about toilets. Sometimes we just hang out and talk about whatever. And sometimes it's just rapid fire questions. So it's in Canada. Oh, you know what? You're right. That's that big area up north, isn't it? That's got like all those places up there. I didn't know you could get there by car. Somebody was messaging the other day. I was answering an email. Gonna go to Alaska for a year. Oh, what a dream. A year in Alaska. Oh my goodness. Somewhere way up north, Johnny, like Greenland. Yeah. Yep. You mean, yes, that's the proper spelling. That's the proper spelling. I knew it sounded familiar. She was flying to her new job. That makes sense. It's very remote. That's what I thought. Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool just to be dropped off there and you got to survive with your backpack and 10 items and hope that you don't miss your family and call and tap out? Yep. It's very remote. Yep. I'm not having. I caught that the first time I read it. I caught it the first read. Yep. You can say none of it. I like Linda. It took me a hot minute to connect you, but now you're in for it because we've met you. Yep. Linda's in trouble now. Nobody's going easy on her. Yep. It is funny how different it is when you put a name to a face, because it's the way it is. Me and Nancy were talking about it, and Nancy's like, it's so different. Like coming to the Zooms and there's like 12 other people there. You don't know any of them. The last Zoom, there was, I don't know, 12 or 14 people there. Every one of them were at the meetup. It was like, you couldn't, it was, I mean, I'm telling you, it was hard to get a word in edgewise. And it's super cool, super cool. And Nancy, that was like one of her key takeaways is the friends that she met. Cindy Howe, I'm just saying, you are the top of the list. You left such an impression on her. You might be under me. I might be under you. I think I'm under you. She said she will be in snow waist deep. No, thank you. It was fun meeting everyone at the meetup. I'm with you. Yep, it was fantastic. There she is. Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I like the cold, blah blah blah. I like the snow and everything. I don't like it when my toes are cold. Or you ever get so cold that you get a backache trying to stay warm because you're shivering so bad? Like, I hate it. I hate that. So Crystal Rios, thank you for coming a channel member. I probably have your name on the list. I thought you were a channel member already. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Cindy says, I love Nancy. There you go. I love it. I love at the meetups, all the, it's just so cool. Like each person kind of finds their group. Like some people just talk, and some people just kind of sit and observe and share a little bit. And I love it. It's so much fun. I love snow, but only for a couple of days. Then I want to melt and not come home. I'll tell you what, you would love Missouri then, because we get a little bit of snow and then it melts and goes away. We do get the cold temperatures though. We do get the cold temperatures. There you go. There you go. Ocean baby. I was a member, but for some reason I kept having problems with the payment method. There you go. Yes, the meetup was great for putting faces with the familiar names for the lives. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. I think that is it just makes you kind of feel more comfortable chit-chatting in the chat, because like in the chat before the live stream, a lot of people they'll talk back and forth with each other. Sometimes they'll have a question and they'll just put it in the chat and somebody in the chat will answer it, because there's so much knowledge in this chat. There's so many people that honestly are out there living the van life. I build the vans. I stay in my van in my office here. But for van life, there's people out there in the community that know way more than I do by experience. And that's the best knowledge you can get. You feel more connected. Yep, feel more connected. I'm already wearing my electric slippers to keep my feet warm. Electric slippers. I feel like I need that. I wonder if I could work in that. Oh, I'll tell you. You know, we work in Crocs here at the shop. It cannot be helped. Sam, I think, is getting some. Sean kicked the metal door today. Oh my goodness. There may or may not have been blood. Yep, that poor guy. I love winter, love to burrow in. I do too. I had my pellet stove on today. So we need a spring meetup too. You know, we were talking about that. I was talking about it last year about trying to get to the Pennsylvania area to do a meetup so that the East Coast people don't have to come so far. Because in January, I go to Quartzsite, and a lot of times, people just come out there and do a meet and greet. So yeah, I need to do one in the East Coast, and spring would be fantastic. You would trip over the cord. I would trip over the cords. Yeah. No workman's comp here. Yep. Oh dear, no blood in the world. I know. That poor kid. Well, I'll tell you what happened. He kicked the door and it hurt. Like, he was like, you're not going to believe what I just did. And only 84 today in Northern California. That's sweet weather. That's depends on the humidity. That's perfect weather for me. And a little while later, it was still hurting him, and so he left. I think he went to his van, and he came back, and he had his sock off, and he had his foot in a crock, and he said, I told you my foot hurt so bad. He took his crock off, and there was blood. That poor kid. Yes, a meetup in Pennsylvania. There you go. Better than hundreds 2 weeks ago. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you what a temperature drop. I don't know, like all the hurricanes passing through, if all of a sudden, because literally tonight it's going to be 35. Dale said, "Oh, I would get to a PA meeting." There you go. Pennsylvania is not a bad drive for me, honestly. I feel I could way comfortably do it. I mean, I could probably do it in 2 days, no problem, because I can get to Ohio in a day, like on the other side of Columbus, and then probably Pennsylvania the next day. So let's see here. What was he going to show you? Oh, the low temperature. I'm telling you, feels like 40 outside right now, and it's only 8:30. Let's do hourly. I'm pretty sure 36, 35, 34, 34 for the low tonight. So, how's Paul? No news is good news. Paul is up in Wisconsin. He is house sitting for his brother, so that couldn't have worked out more perfectly. So, night, Lily. Thanks for coming in. Under a wildfire watch. Yep. Man, oh man, oh man. That would be tough to live in Northern California. Every place has their like weather concerns. And that's a cool part of having a van. And Nancy and I talked about it on more than one occasion with the wildfires in California or the hurricanes in Florida or you know what I mean? It's like you have a way to get out of there. And like fires, hurricanes, you kind of have an indication that they're coming. You've got some, like time to make a plan. So here in Missouri, we have tornadoes. That's basically the worst of it. And you don't have a lot of notice to escape them because typically you might be able to drive north out of it if you just jumped in your car and went, or south or wherever, east, because a lot of times these tornadoes, they're like west heading east, and it's like a straight line, and it's like, where are you gonna go? So we hunker down for tornadoes, but that's really all we get here. No blizzards, no. We had the last snow that we had that was, it's been years. Let's see here. Desert Deb back in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back in. Or the polar vortex, and get in the driver's seat and get out of there. There you go. Calling for first snow in the mountains here this week. Yep. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Huge wildfire watch from Oregon to Sacramento, right down the center. Ugh. See, I would hate that. I'll tell you guys something. Everybody as a kid has a certain level of fear. Some kids fear the dark, the boogeyman, the whatever. I don't know what possibly could have created it, but I was always afraid that something was going to happen at night and I wouldn't be ready. So for literally a long time, I would sleep like fully clothed. And if it was like raining outside, I would sleep with my shoes on. I remember being just scared. And we were in a tornado like in, I think it was like 82 or 81. I graduated in 86. It would have been 82. And I don't know if that was, I would have been like a freshman then, and this was when I was younger. I was scared of tornadoes at night or a fire at night. So I would sleep dressed. we're overdue for a major earthquake. Every place has something. Absolutely. Absolutely. I had alligators under my bed. What? Alligators. Oh, yeah. Oh, I would hate that. Central Pennsylvania would be a good 2-day travel. There you go. Ask her how she knows. She knows. King tides in November. King tides in November. Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. That would be. I don't know why I'm yawning so much tonight. Yeah, what's the strangest thing you were afraid of as a kid? And are you still afraid of them? Are you still afraid of them? Sometimes I'll go outside at night and I'll spook myself because I'm hard of hearing. I'm not sure if I hear something. And if I do hear something, is it a coyote or is it a bear or a bobcat? We got a bobcat that visits us every now and then. So I'll get myself kind of, like, I fear van building RNs that put bedpans in the freezer. That is not happening. That is not going to happen. Living through 2 house fires will put a bit of fear in you. Yep. I had my childhood home caught fire, but it was not, no one was in it when it caught fire. The comet is visible about 45 minutes after sunset. It is low in the sky in the west. Oh, I missed it. I guess I missed it. Sun's already set here. If you guys are on the east, catch that. Couldn't let my arms or legs hang off the bed. Imagine. Oh, man. Could you imagine having to go in the bathroom at night and thinking there's alligators under your bed? Mom! Just don't throw rocks at the porta potty. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I'm not going to say. If Nancy says I can share that funny story, I will. But otherwise, what happens at the shop stays at the shop. I'm terrified of tornadoes. Never saw one or been in one. I think it stems back to watching Wizard of Oz. Yep. I've seen the comet the last 3 nights. Man. That was funny. That was funny. All right. I wonder if you can still see it. Can you only see it at sunset? I would love to see that. I didn't know you could see that. I'll have to, I wonder if it'll be there tomorrow. Anybody know if it's going to be there tomorrow? I love stuff like that. I love seeing stuff like that. Fire monkeys. Our brothers jump out and scared us often. Well, just remember, girls rule and boys drool. Oh, man. Yes, at sunset. Define flying monkeys. Yep. Note to self, never use a porta potty at the shop. It's perfectly fine. I promise you. I promise you it's perfectly fine. I see a bright star in the west, but no tail. It will be visible for about 10 more days. I know I'm going to see it. I know I'm going to see it. We do not have noise pollution out here. The light pollution from the cities, we're pretty in the dark. So yeah, we should be good. Girl power. My caregiver was going out tonight to look at the comet. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I got binoculars here. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Margie is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. Very scary. Yep. How funny. I thought I missed the comet. Thank you. I know. I've seen people post pictures, but yeah, I missed them. I was turned on the heat. I just turned on the heat. Hello, fall. You're really here. Yeah. Yep. My mini split just automatically starts, like, it keeps it at a constant temperature in here. So if it needs the air conditioner be on, the air kicks on. If it needs the heat to be on, it kicks the heat on. Just popped in to say hello. Good to see you, Stephanie. Thanks for coming in. I was screamed by my father one time camping. Oh, I was scared by yeah. He told me to go snipe hunting. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Been there, done that. I grew up in the Midwest, so know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, that's funny. The movie Birds scared me. I'll tell you, there's so many movies that I watched growing up that scared me. My parents loved that kind of stuff. Ben was scary. The movie Ben. There's one movie called, and it's just a whole bunch of S's. That was scary. Birds. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't like scary movies. I don't like scary movies, and I don't like things that jump out at you at night. I love the birds. Did you see that movie Worms? I think it's called Worms. Oh man. Now I'm dating myself here. These are like probably from the 70s. So not that that's old. Not that that's old. I loved Ben. Oh my gosh. I think we're talking about the different Bens. Squirm, was that what it's called? Oh, it was, yeah. Oh, yeah. It might have been called Squirm. I'm telling you what. Midwest. That's so funny. That's so funny. Guys, guess what state is the most boring state in the United States? Anybody got a guess? The most boring state in the United States? I kind of feel bad for them. Squirm, got it. Yep. Potato bugs look like aliens. I don't even know what you're talking about. The original The Exorcist with Linda Blair. I still suck my thumb and grab my tail. Kelly used to work at the hospital that was filmed at in St. Louis. Wyoming. Stephanie and Polly, missed you at the meetup. Kansas, Delaware. Someone may or may not have it already. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got several answers, and I already see the right answer. Idaho, Illinois. And I guess it depends who you're listening to. You know, maybe there's 5 different lists. This is the one I just saw. North Dakota. South Dakota is on the list. I'll tell you, South Dakota is on the list. Iowa is on the list. Kansas is on the list. We were still in British Columbia, I think, Helen. There's a town in Oregon, Boring, Oregon. Oh, that would be funny. I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you who got it first that I saw. I'll tell you who got it first that I saw. Nebraska. Nebraska is rated the most boring state in the U.S. Now, again, it depends, I guess, I just saw it the other day. I thought, oh, that's interesting. It was Nebraska and Iowa and South Dakota, Kansas. Yeah. Pretty boring. Check Jerusalem Beetle. I'm not going to watch. If that's a scary movie, I'm not watching it. Imagine being a beauty pageant contestant in Idaho. Best time to drive across Kansas or Nebraska is the middle of the night. You won't miss a thing. Absolutely. You know, Kansas has those sand dunes, and those are so cool. I mean, if you haven't been to the Kansas sand dunes, I think, are sandstone. I mean, my van looks this big parked next to them. It's so cool. Love Nebraska. The sand hills are awesome. Idaho surprised me. We really enjoyed it. Yeah. I went to middle school in Kansas and college in Iowa. She knew those boring states were there. I was never so bored as when I was driving through Kansas. Yeah. You know, sometimes those states are easy to get through. A state that I think is super easy to get across is Illinois. There's no hills. It's like you set the cruise control and you don't have to do a thing. You know how you put your car on driver assist and you think, oh, what would happen? It doesn't even like alert you. It's like, it's so boring. We are planning a visit the salt mine in Kansas. Yeah, it's so nice. I'll tell you, be prepared. It's way out in the middle of nowhere. It's actually on private property, so you can't stay over. But the road to get there is a little wonky. I mean, take it easy. You'll be fine. I took my van, which weighs 8,600 pounds, but I hate Chicago. I don't like driving in Chicago, but I love taking the train and I love the city of Chicago. Yep. Last scary movie I saw was Carrie, late 70s. The hand coming up from the earth cured me from ever watching Scary again. I know, right? Depends where you're at in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. I was always able to find trouble. I'll tell you, a friend of mine is from Nebraska, not Darcy, the other friend. And so we were talking about it, and I was on her podcast, and I told her, I said, hey, Nebraska's rated the most boring state. But she made a good point. Like, there's so many hidden gems in Nebraska that they're just not on the maps. But if you're going to Nebraska, there's beautiful places to see and things to do. You just got to know where to find them. It's not like they stand out like the Arch does. Idaho is a family inside joke. We say it for everything. As a young child, my daughter told everyone she was moving to Idaho to open a restaurant. There you go. I hope they serve French fries and ice cream. Agree, Kansas, wind and dirt. I'll tell you what, though, you go through northern Texas, and like I feel like every 5 miles there's a sign that says you're in a windstorm area, like high wind, don't tip your truck over area. Oh yeah. No thank you. No thank you. So yep, poor Nebraska. Missouri's lucky enough. We've got the Mark Twain Forest. We've got Branson. We've got the Arch, the best zoo. I think we've got the best zoo in the world, in the U.S. It's free and it's pretty cool. It's a nice zoo. And I've been to a bunch. It takes 6 hours to drive across Saskatchewan and Canada prairies. There is nothing there. Not a single hill. Oh, man. Kansas does have some waterfalls, surprisingly. Cool. Wind gust area. Yep. Arbor Day started in Nebraska. There you go. That's something. Who doesn't like Arbor Day? Remember when you got to take a tree home to your parents? I think we even had some of those get like big. My favorite scary movie is Halloween. Saw it in the theater. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Chicago can park in the city at the convention center. Truck, easy walk to buses, all for $75 a night. I'll tell you, the parking is outrageous in Chicago. I don't know how it is in other big cities like that, but Nashville is an expensive city to park in, and Chicago is an expensive city to park in. Problem is, you have to go on back roads to find the cool stuff. You do. I think so. Runza and Kool-Aid. Now what are we talking about? It sounds like a drink. I camped there for 3 nights. So was it, what is that, $225? Whew. Wyoming, crazy winds, saw semi in on its side this spring. Oh, I'll bet. What is that? 80 that runs through there, through North Wyoming? That's an easy drive, I guess, except when it's windy. But when we left California, Oregon, we were in Oregon in June last year, drove south into Northern California, and then came across, I believe it was 80. And I mean, to tell you, you hit the cruise control and you just go. You just go. Let's see here. Yep. Well, I lost track. That's like number 6, I think. Kelly's over there sleeping. She's making me tired.
I'm awake. I've been listening.
She's awake. Yes, but it was parking and hotel. Where else can you visit a city for that? Absolutely. You know what? That's a good point. $225 to see Chicago for 3 days. You're not going to get a hotel cheaper than that, and parking, because parking is like, $60 depending on where you're at. Fun fact, Nebraska is where braziers were invented. A large German population. Can't say that word. Is Dutch for brazier. Nebraska ain't boring. Nebraska ain't boring. If they only knew braziers were made there. Chicago sold its parking to an outside company and they tripled the rates or more. Oh, I believe it. I believe that. Night, Crystal. Guys, we're down to 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Even the hotel charge for parking in Chicago. They absolutely do. Absolutely do. And if you don't know that, it's like, oh my goodness. The problem with Chicago too is when you book a hotel room there and you go, they like charge your card like double for incidentals. So it's crazy. I guess they must get a lot of trouble. Not from us though. Not from us. Oh man, I don't know which would be voted the best city. Maybe San Diego. San Diego might be it. I loved it there. The temperature was perfect. The ocean was perfect. Most city hotels make you pay for parking. They do. Sometimes if you're by like a cruise ship port and you stay in the hotel, some of them will let you keep your car parked there while you're on the cruise ship. I do know that. Isn't that true, Kel? Jesus. Got keeping the fingers crossed for me finding the right van. We will keep our fingers crossed for you. Good luck on finding the perfect van. Oh goodness. I caught a scratch. Past my bedtime. Good night, all. Guys, it is 8:57. I am gonna wrap this up and appreciate each and every one of you guys spending your Tuesday night with me. I'm going to read these real quick. Love San Diego, stationed there a long time ago. Couldn't afford to stay. I so enjoy coming in and seeing everyone. It's such a friendly chat. Hugs to all. Fingers crossed, Lois. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Guys, thanks for spending your Tuesday with us. We'll see you guys Sunday on the premiere. Don't forget, I'm going to be doing Nancy's tour, so I hope you guys can all make it. And guys, stay safe out there. If you had a question and I didn't answer it, please don't hesitate to email it to me, and I will get back with you immediately. Take care, guys. Be safe.